Welcome to Bayloric TV and this edition of Inside Story. We ask the questions you want the answers to. And now our host, Ingram Jones.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm fine. Thanks again for talking to Bayloric TV.
Absolutely, anytime, brother.
So much to talk about since your fight. I tried to catch up with you straight after the fight. I know you've been really busy.
Yeah. I've been good. I was in Philadelphia, but I just got back. I've been trying to catch up with you too, man.
Okay.
So we could because we never got the post interview, you know.
No, so let's talk first of all the Glazkov fight. I had friends on Twitter. I have to mention one man in particular, Andre.
Yeah, that's my man.
He was saying he thought Glazkov was going to do a number on you. I couldn't see it personally. I thought you had better boxing skill. I thought you'd evade the punches and do a number on him. And that is basically what you did.
Right. Andre, he actually he started the whole thing on Twitter. You know, he was saying that Glazkov was going to knock me out. He don't even know why the match was made. He didn't understand like the whole Malik Scott thing at all. But after the fight, he gave it up and he told me, you know, he said I was wrong. You know, he said, you know, I'm one of the best heavyweights he ever seen, and you know, I'm a hot commodity. And he gave it up. So, you know, love was love. And I always reach out to him from time to time because, you know, I appreciate all that. Like I said, I don't have no haters. I have naysayers. And Andre was one of the naysayers, and he actually turned it around. I actually turned his naysayer. So now he's a fan of mine. So, you know, and that's how the game is designed for it to be.
Well, it's interesting because obviously, I mean, coming into the fight, Malik Scott's unbeaten with a huge undefeated record. But of course, in the perception of a lot of boxing fans, like, who's this guy? He's 34, 35 and 0, 33 and 0 with all these fights. Who's he really fought? So you thought, Malik Scott is one of his padded records. You proved, guys, that you've got a good chin. You can box. You know, you've got great lateral movement. You use your legs. You've got great foundational boxing skills.
Right.
And you're not just a puncher, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of attributes to my game. What I was getting ready to say. Hold on, you just said something. Most people that had Glazkov actually picked over me, though, those are people who just seen Glazkov. They didn't know me. Anybody that actually knew me and had any idea of the attributes I brought to this fight, there's no way they would have picked him over me. A lot of people have seen Glazkov fight a lot because he's been a lot busier than me lately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because main event's been pushing him. But people that know me and know what I'm capable of doing, they didn't have him winning because, you know, they know that my style would be too much for him. And I believe that it was.
It is.
I had myself winning about I won at least 8 out of 10 rounds. Like, you know what I mean? And that's being light. And even the rounds that he won, they was like gifts. They could have been easily given. They just was giving it to him because I was outclassing him, you know, the rest of the fight. So, you know, but Glazkov is a good fighter, and I believe he's still got a bright future ahead of him. I just believe he can't do nothing with me.
You know, the thing is, coming into that fight, to me, he just looked, and no disrespect, but he just looked like a straight-up Eastern European fighter. Straight up, straight ahead, come forward, and if you stick your chin out, he'll knock it off. That's what it seemed like to me. Had no lateral movement, no head movement, no defense as such. Very good coming forward, but when it get to him getting punches, getting hit back, and the jab in his face, didn't know what to do.
Right, and that's something else I was trying to. I called this fight to the T so much with this kid without even studying him like that. I was telling people that he's not a Tyson Fury. He's not a Vladimir or Vitaly Klitschko. He's not one of them type of, like you could say, European fighters. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's really like I don't know. I just believe he was a hype job when it came to them thinking he was going to beat me. I believe if anybody just stand in front of him, you know, he got a good shot at beating him. But I believe my style is too herky-jerky for at least 8 out of 10 of the top 10 heavyweights in the world. Like, cause it's so much that I'm doing in the ring. Like a lot of times, I had Glazkov going. He was jumping off a lot of my feints. My jab to the body was killing him. My liver shot was killing him. You know what I mean? Occasionally, I hit him over the top with my right hand, counter his jab with my counter back right hand. So like he was dealing with a lot. And plus, he's a young kid coming up. Like Joe Goosen said, I believe he learned a lot off of this fight, and I believe it's gonna make him better. You know.
Okay, let's talk about that fight a little bit more. And I want to talk about this because you know I always do real talk. I want to talk about this in terms of what the script really was. The script was Malik Scott had a big undefeated record, and Glazkov had come up a fight with Torheimer. I didn't think it was that great a performance because I thought Torheimer quit in the fight. All right. So the script was you were meant to turn up to the fight, you were meant to get your ass knocked out, and the script was that was what the script was meant to be. That didn't happen.
Right. And that wasn't going to happen. And but I like those type of scripts because, like I tell people, all my life of me winning the world title, I never won the world title. My dream never was like everybody screaming Malik Scott, Malik Scott. I always had the dream of the underdog. I always had the dream of, throwing the monkey wrench in everybody's plans, like pulling the apple cart out. So, like that whole stage, I believe was made for me. They thought Glazkov was going to beat me, but that's not what me and my people was thinking because people that know me know the attributes and they see the hard work that I put in the gym. So that type of work that can't be denied. So you know what I mean. Like I said, Glazkov learned a lot off of it. I learned a lot off of it. It spilt milk. I ain't the one to really cry over being robbed and stuff like that. Majority of my idols have had this happen to them. Lennox Lewis had the same thing happen to him. The exact same thing happened to him when he fought Evander Holyfield their first fight. Lennox beat the shit out of Holyfield the first fight. They called it a draw. Everybody knew what really happened. And Lennox Lewis, he came back strong after that and, proved the critics wrong and kept on going positive in his career. And that's what I plan on doing. This is not a setback at all because, like I said, the fans, the Baylor's TV, the Ellie setbacks, the Dan Raphaels, the fans, the critics, they have always been my fans anyway. And 9 out of 10 people know what happened in that fight, and they're being truthful. And the truth is, I won. It was an unfair decision, and I'm on to the next episode. That day I fought was Saturday. I got back in California Sunday. I was in the gym that Sunday and been in the gym ever since.
So that when the actual announcement was,
Mm-hmm.
the fight's a draw. Did you look across and look and see the old wink and the nod and say, yeah, was there any sort of signals for you to know that Glasgow was more or less being protected?
Well, when I signed the fight, I knew what I was going into. I knew the ring was going to be 11 inches small. I knew Main Events was the promoter. I knew Glasgow was promoted by Main Events. I know he was undefeated up and coming. So I knew I knew what cards I was being dealt. So after the fight went the distance and I didn't stop him, I knew anything was possible. So they pulled the ultimate banana in the tailpipe on me. But like I said, it wasn't a setback because boxing is controlled by fans, critics, haters, naysayers. Like I said, Ellie setbacks. You guys y'all control boxing, and the people that control boxing know who really won that fight. And I'm satisfied and content with just that.
Would you consider a rematch?
Oh, I would consider a rematch. I would consider fighting anybody in the world. But I'm gonna tell you this: you got a better chance of seeing pigs fly before you see the Glazkov in the ring with me. That is not going to happen right there.
So, was there any comment by you? Did you make any comment as if to say afterwards, you know what? Don't mess with me again. Did you make any comment like that? Was there nothing in your heart to say, you know what? Don't mess with me again. You know what I'm about now. Don't mess with me again. Was there anything in your heart that made you feel that way?
Yeah, probably in my heart. I let it be known after the fight with Ring Magazine that Glazkov can't fuck with me.
That's the one.
Anytime these guys they want to big fighters up like that, and Glazkov, he really just got the appetizer. The brilliant thing about me and my movement is that was just see all other heavyweights in the world, and this is from the top 1 through 15. Everybody have seen all their attributes. That was just 40% of me. If you go down the list, everybody have seen the best of Vitaly, the best of Vladimir, the best of David. Hey, no one has seen. I haven't even seen the best of me. I just know what I'm capable of doing. Like I see greatness in me. So like when people get a hold of me, really, they're gonna be like, oh my God. And I'm really turned on by people not believing and I turning them into believers. You know what I mean? I thrive and I get a hard on off of the element of surprise. And the element of surprise was 2 weeks before the fight, my whole Twitter timeline was saying I was going to get knocked out. An hour after the fight, my whole Twitter timeline was saying congratulations, OMG, where the hell has he been? That type of shit right there is orgasmic to me. That's a rush. Like, that's what I'm in this for. Like, I live my life like that. I love, you know what I mean, coming from behind and people don't even know I'm coming.
Absolutely.
Like, so, you know, it's all working out, man.
And I was just proud to see you put a beating on. I was proud when you seen this man's he put a clinic on. It was a clinic.
Because I believe you was even you was going back and forth with Andre saying, man, I don't know, man, you count Malik out and you know you had me picked, and he was like, man, you're fucking crazy. He didn't understand you at all. But
well,
Andre,
you know what Roger Mayweather would say. You know what Roger Mayweather would say.
Most people don't know shit about boxing. Most people don't know shit about boxing.
So he would have popped up then. That would have been perfect.
Definitely. And actually Jeff Mayweather is somebody else who was saying that the fight was going to be a shutout. He but you know he knew it was going to be a shutout because he seen what I did to his guy with one hand. So everybody that believes in me, the good thing about me is everybody that believes in me or my fans or anybody like that is because I made them believe in me. I don't have people around me that just hopped on my bandwagon. I wasn't fortunate with that. Like, people see me fight and say, you know what, he's the real deal. It's either yay or nay with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it all. And you know what I mean? It's good for boxing. It's good for entertainment. It's good for Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? Because y'all keep that shit entertaining, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's one thing I'd like to say as a fan, as a guy who knows a little bit about boxing, and it's probably a critique, and it's a critique of your style, and I want to hear what you think about this. I spoke with Ali Bashir a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm going to release the interview today. Very revealing interview I had with Malik, Bashir. Talk about his relationship with Emmanuel Stewart, behind the scenes in training camps and stuff. And one thing that we both spoke about was Malik Scott would have a bigger knockout percentage if he put more punches together.
I agree with that. I mean, I like that. I like that. Yeah. And we complain. I hear about that in my household. I hear about that at the gym. I hear about that everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm a guy that punch in numbers, but I have to get my numbers up more. Muhammad Ali wasn't a big, heavy-handed guy like Tyson, but he punched in numbers.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
That would make your style even more exciting because, I mean, they say, well, Malik Scott's not a knockout puncher. But, I mean, you're big enough, you're strong enough. But the thing is, you land one good shot on a guy, and then you're out of there. But you see, the thing is, if you stand in the pocket longer and throw 4 or 5 punches, then that doesn't make you the slickster anymore because then you're in the pocket more to get hit. So
right, but then even in that case, that's okay, because the most underrated thing about me, I believe, is my heart and my chin. So like in that fight with Glazkov, see, that's what I don't get. Like even we'll stay in the same subject, but we're gonna go across the street real quick.
Yeah.
Like Glazkov was saying, I was running. I don't understand how he could say I was running when the ring was so small and I gave him tons of. Like, let me tell you something, Baylor. I could have literally got on my toes and just jabbed him literally really all night, like how I did Boy Tupo. It's times I laid on the ropes. It's times we exchanged shots. He hit me with shots. I brushed my shoulders off. I stuck my tongue out at him. He just wasn't effective enough. Now, it's also times that I could have stepped on the gas more and really got. Glazkov is not even supposed to go 6 rounds with me, for real, because he didn't even do nothing, and he was tired from me not really doing nothing to him. The only reason he was tired because I was hitting him to the body very hard. All my hardest shots was downstairs, like I planned on them to be. But I'm working on that though now. I'm always working on that. You know, mentally, physically, I'm always working on putting numbers together because I'm one of the few heavyweights that can actually put 6, 7 punch, 8 punch combinations together, and I need to do that more. And I believe I'll get better results when it comes to the knockout. perspective of things.
Because when you're looking at fighting someone like, I mean, okay, I've got to go there with you. Vitaly Klitschko. Is this
Yeah.
true or is this rumor?
Oh, well, they were saying Vitaly didn't know who he wanted to fight, but they was also saying after he watched me and Glazkov fight that he wouldn't mind, considering me as one of his opponents. You gotta chill out a little bit. She can't just go crazy.
I think that would be an excellent fight for you. People say, oh, you're just not hugging on Malik Scott. I'm not hugging. I spoke to Chris Bird last week as well. He was the first guy to beat Vitaly Klitschko, and it was movement. It was movement.
Right.
And you're a bigger man.
Exactly. And the important thing is, you're getting closer to the title shot when when the Klitschko start speaking on you. Like when they start saying Malik Scott, when they start speaking on you like that, you're getting closer to your mark. And I believe I'm getting closer to my mark. When my day come, I believe I'm gonna be world champion. And I don't necessarily care who has the titles. It could be Povetkin, the Klitschko's, David Haye, whoever. I believe I'm destined to be heavyweight champion of the world. I believe I represent for all the underdogs. I believe that, I just believe in myself. I believe in my ability. I'm getting closer and closer to my mark inside the ring. Like I said, that was the appetizer against Glazkov. That was 40% of Malik Scott. Like I'm not even close to showing my real ability and all the attributes I really bring to the ring. But the best is yet to come, man. The best is yet to come.
My frustration for me already would be you get to that fight with a Vitaly or Vladimir, and it's because of a lack of work rate or not enough punches put out at the end of the day that cost you a title win. That's my concern with you. Have you, at the age you are now, got into a mental state where you will go in a fight and throw 2 or 3 punches, or is it something that can be corrected quickly? Because you can go in the gym and throw 8, 9, 10, 12 punches. In the gym, we can do certain things. We can do amazing things in the gym. But yet, when the lights are on us and that pressure's on us, it's a different sort of performance. The nerves are going, and can Malik Scott transform what he's doing in the gym, not against Glazkov now, but against Vladimir or Vitaly, who will throw punches back, who are more experienced, who won't let you get the space and the movement to do what you're currently doing? Can you do that? I'm sure you can, but I've got to ask the question because it's another level again.
Right, and I believe, and Baylor, I believe that I'm a fighter that I'll fight to the level of my competition, and I believe everybody said Glazkov was my most dangerous opponent, and then after the fight, people were saying that was probably the best they ever seen me. So I believe that with a Klitschko and a Vitaly, I know things that I did in the Glazkov fight that I can't afford to do with them guys. I know things that I did in the Glazkov fight that I can't get away with, with the Klitschko's. So I'm well aware of, everything I have to do, everything I have to work on. Under the lights, I actually feel as though I'm better because I'm much more alert. I'm much more quicker under the lights than I am in the gym. In the gym, I don't do nothing but get knocked down. I get my ass kicked. These guys, they really take a toll. It's give and take in all my sparring sessions. I have good days, I have bad days, just like in life. But I believe the day come when I'm fighting Vladimir, Vitaly, Povetkin, whoever it is, have the title. I believe I'm going to win that title, and I believe I'm going to do it with an iron fist, and I'm gonna have a great performance, and people are going to say, "Wow, that all of this time, that was the best heavyweight that our country had to offer, and he is the man, and he's the best heavyweight in the world." Vitaly and Vladimir is also fighters that could bring the best out of me. They're dangerous. They're big. They're not going to give you space. They're not going to allow you to do what you want to do. But I also believe with them fighting me and them having them attributes that put them in danger because they're not just going to come in the ring and hit me with a right hand. My reflexes are too good. I don't go for that type of shit. It's not that type of party with Malik Scott. You got to have skills. Anytime you hit me, you have worked for it. I have made you miss 20 times before you even land one shot. And with Vladimir and Vitaly, I got a lot of traps that I can't wait to set up for them because I believe, a lot of my traps they're going to fall into. So I'm looking forward to fighting them. I'm looking forward to fighting Povetkin. I'm looking forward to fighting these top guys because, like I said, I'll fight to the level of my competition. Glazkov was just the appetizer. That was 40% of Malik Scott. And, the best is yet to come, man. I promise you.
I mean,
And I don't even go.
I wouldn't put Povetkin in the same breath as Vitali and Vladimir, to be honest.
Me neither. But the only reason that you have to is because the belt that he has, they're considering it a real belt. So I don't want to. I don't believe in like just knocking the belt. People sometimes say, yeah, but that's a paper trail belt. Whatever. Povetkin has been around. He's an Olympic gold medalist, just like Vitaly and Vladimir. He may not be 6'5", 6'6", but that kid can fight. He's the real deal as well. And anybody that's in there with him is going to have trouble too. No one has ever walked through Povetkin, ever, ever. I mean, Klitschko's have lost way more times than Povetkin has ever lost, and he's been in basically with the same competition. You know what I'm saying?
But Povetkin's fight against Marcus Huck, where Huck came from cruiserweight up to heavyweight, almost got knocked out.
He almost got knocked out. He really lost the fight. But keeping it all the way honest, Marco Huck can fight. And the reason that I know that is because he didn't really beat Olo Afalabi. They robbed Ola both times, I believe. But he came away with decision against Ola Afalabi 2 times. And to go the distance and to even have a draw with Ola, you have to be the real deal. You know what I mean? He got a lot of Marco Huck has a lot of drive. He's hungry when he's fighting. He don't just lay back. He take chances. Povetkin fought him. I thought Marco Huck won the fight, but I also believe Povetkin is a qualified champion. So like I said, man, whether it's Klitschko's, whether it's Povetkin, whoever it is I'm fighting for the title, I promise you, Baylor, I'm going to win it, and I'm going to win it with putting my punches together, 6, 7, 8 punch combinations. I'm going to be doing angles. I'm going to be doing a lot of different things, man. I'm a gym rat, so I'm constantly working on my craft and, smoothing out my jagged edges.
Do you know a fight that I think, if I was your manager, you know the fight I would get you tomorrow?
What's that?
Pulev.
Who's that?
Pulev. He's ranked number 2. He's well. A lot of people know him. He's meant to be very dangerous, but I just think he's very in a similar mold to Glazkov. He's got that similar sort of style. Apart from when he's more raggedy, he's more wild when he throws his shots. He's more roundhouse punches. But again, another Eastern European style. He's got an excellent left jab. That's it. For me, and he does throw wild punches. But
is he tall?
I think he's that tall. No, I won't say he's tall. I think he's about Glazkov.
Who was his last fight? Who was his last fight?
Who did Pulev fight?
Was it Galata?
No. He fought the guy Usanov. He stopped Usanov in the 11th round.
Oh man, shit. I don't know him, man, but I'm sure. I really don't believe it. There's no heavyweight in the world that I can't really do what I want to do to.
That's Tyson Fury's. If Tyson Fury beats, we'll talk about the fight in a minute. If he beats Steve Cunningham, Pulev is the fight. He's got to fight for the IBF #1 position.
Okay. Well, I mean, shit, man. I gotta check that kid out, but I'm sure if all he doing is throwing roundhouse punches, there's no way he's going to beat me.
He has. He's just got for me, he's got an excellent jab which sets up them wild punches. But fundamentally, boxing skill. As long as you don't get caught by any crazy shit, you win the fight easy, hands down, because of the boxing skill you've got.
He fought Travis Walker before?
I think so. Are you looking up box wrecking him?
No, he's on YouTube right now.
Right.
I'm looking at.
Very good evening to you. This is our first big fight of the night.
That's my man John Rawling you're listening to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commentator from England.
Oh yeah, see, he's plotty.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, he's plotty. You can't be plotting and beat me, man.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's rating Pulev, and he's a name that's well known. People know Pulev. He's dangerous. He's this, he's that. But I think your style is perfect for him. Perfect for him.
Right. I'm gonna have my people look into it, man. Every other day, I'm up at Goosen office, my promoter office, Dan, and I have him calling overseas. I have him calling America.
The thing is, Adamic pulled out of the fight. Adamic just pulled out the fight.
Adamic was supposed to fight him?
That's what I'm saying. You could jump at that fight.
When was that fight?
The fight, they literally pulled it about a week or 2 weeks ago from the fight. So the fight was scheduled to happen.
Oh, but what date was the fight set for?
April, I think.
Oh yeah, I gotta call Dan
Jump
and
on
see
that.
what's going on.
Can.
My matchmaker jump on it, man, and see what they're doing. Cause I'm trying to get busy. I want to fight right now, and I'm just trying to get busy, man. You know, that Glazkov shit was a sparring session. He was nothing, so I'm trying to get right back at it.
Do you have a message for the Klitschko's, by the way?
Uh, shit, yeah, man. I'm waiting on my turn. My time is coming. If I ever fight Vitaly or Vladimir, I believe my attributes, things I bring to the table, things I bring to the game, is quadruple what they bring to the game. I'm
Well, okay.
coming.
Vitaly has not announced an opponent yet. Vladimir's going to fight Peter Neto, whatever his name is. He's unbeaten. Don't know much more about him than that. And Vitaly, you know, would be a good fight for him to retire on, wouldn't it not?
Yeah. Or it'll be a good fight that I'll send him into retirement on.
Well,
So like, I mean, we'll see, man. Like, you know what I mean? If them guys is looking for opponents, you know, I'm definitely willing to fight him or his brother. I'm not an opponent. I'm better than any contender that they would consider fighting. And I'm just waiting on my turn, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming. I'm working hard. I'm fully loaded. My ability is skyrocket. My chin is. I'm not just getting hit with any right hand. They're gonna have to miss 40 times before hitting me with one, and I can't wait to get my hands on either one of them. I'm coming.
good. That's great. Well, that'll be in the newspapers real quick because the Bayloric TV has been followed a lot by the European community, so they'd love that.
Yeah.
Peter Fury was full of praise of you as well because David Price got knocked out.
Oh yeah, they're my guys, man. The whole Fury family. Tyson, Peter. They have a nephew that's cool too. I believe he's making this pro debut. Huey.
Yes, Huey.
All of them guys is cool, man. They treated me like royalty when I was over there in Belgium. We had good times. We had great sparring. And I'm looking for Tyson to do great things in boxing too. And I'm definitely looking forward to him and Steve, my fellow Philadelphian mate, to have a great fight. I can't wait to see that. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think I'm actually attending that fight, and it's going to be a great fight, man. But I'm big on both guys.
So that must be a tough one for you to kind of comment on because you know kind of both guys.
I know both guys, and I'm big on both guys. They both are great fighters. It's going to be entertaining. I mean, well, we know Tyson, he brings entertainment, period. Outside the ring, inside the ring. You know, we know Steve is militant. He's coming. He's hungry. He has a heart as big as the world. And it's a great fight, man. It's the greatest heavyweight matchup this year, bar none.
Is it the walkover that a lot of people think because Tyson's big?
It's a possibility it could be that, but Steve is his preparation is skyrocket. He has one of the best trainers in the world, Nazim Richardson, who also helped bring me up. That's what I'm saying, man. It's corner against corner. It's fighter against fighter. It's a great fight, bro. I swear, I can't even pick them because I got love for both of them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Philadelphia, we come
On,
together.
on,
My God, it's gonna be a great fight.
on that subject, I'm going to go back to David Price. Did you see the way Price got knocked out?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And Peter Fury said that you got caught with worse punches than that by Tyson Fury. You said you got hit with real good punches around the side of your head in sparring. And even though they were really big punches, I think he burst both your eardrums at one point. Pete was talking about that. He said that you were able to take them and still come back and give great sparring. He says, so it's not to do with, if you can take a shot, you can take a shot. But if you can't take a shot, i.e. the David Price situation, it's very difficult in heavyweight boxing. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree if I believe first of all, David Price, he have put on great performances, like, as far as over there in that country. He beat one of my big bros of the game, Audley Harrison. He iced Audley. But I believe if Audley would have hit him on the chin the same way, to me, Tony Thompson didn't even he hit him, but it wasn't even on the chin. It was like I don't know, man. Like, you can't, that knockout was real fishy looking, man. Like, it was official because Tony can hit too, because I've been in the ring with Tony. he's awkward, and he hit him like on the back of the side behind the head. David Price fell down, and he just couldn't recuperate, man. But that type of shit could never happen to me. I wouldn't allow that. Once again, I trust my defense. I'm dressed down in defense. I can take a great shot. Peter even told you that. Tyson, he had both of my eardrums fucked up. The next day, we still was boxing 10 rounds back to back. The next day, we did 10 rounds back to back. And Tyson can hit.
All right, let's clear this up, because there are people out there, experts, who probably have never been in a ring and got hit by Tyson Fury. Can Tyson Fury punch?
For sure. Tyson Fury can punch, and you're talking to a man that has been in the ring with Lennox Lewis. I've been in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko. I've been in the ring with hard punchers my whole career. And I'm telling you, it's official tissue. Tyson Fury can punch. He can box. He can move. He got agility. He got ability. And, he impressed me when I boxed him. And, I give it up, man. When a cat show me he the real deal, I have no problem saying he's the real deal. It's a lot of cats that I have boxed, and they just not the real deal, and I don't have no problem saying that neither. But it's a few cats, and I can name on probably one hand, maybe 2.5 or 1.5 hand that I box, and I'm like, they the real deal. Joe the Future Hanks is underrated. He's the real deal. That's my little bro. He's like 20-0, something like that. He's the real deal. Joe the Future Hanks. When I always look at him, I always tell him the future is now, baby. He's the real deal. Deontay Wilder. People can say what they want. He's the real deal. Brian Jennings. He's from the same jail I'm from. He's the real deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfuckers out there that ain't the real deal. But them cats that I just named, them motherfuckers can fight, man. Deontay can punch. For a fact.
Okay, all right. We have to go there now, because you mentioned Joe Hanks. I met Joe in London when he was sparring with Derek Chisora. A lot of time for Joe. I wish you'd do an interview. I don't know what's going on at the moment, but I'd love to get an interview with him to find out more about him, because he's gone missing.
Huh?
He's gone missing. Don't know what's going on with him. I need to get an interview with him.
I know. I'll give him a call, man, and have him show you some love, baby. I'll let him know, man. That's my little bro, man. We've been tight ever since he turned pro, and when I was coming up in the pros, he's a great dude. He would have no problem doing no interview with you. He's not that type of cat. But I just want the world to be prepared for him, man, because the same way that I'm coming, he's coming just like that, man. And that kid can do it all in the ring. So, you know what I mean? And like I said, you asked me about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury can do it all in the ring. I believe Steve Cunningham can do it all in the ring. You know what I mean? If people asking me, can Deontay Wilder punch? I have one answer. Hell yeah.
Okay. Deontay Wilder can punch. Agreed. I'm not concerned about that.
Right.
My concerns is not about the outgoing. It's the incoming.
Can he take it?
That's my concern. And I did a video, and I got blasted for the video for calling Deontay Wilder a joke, right? But I said, based on his opposition he's fought so far in his career, and then said he's going to be heavyweight champion of the world, the what they call it, the league between him fighting those opponents and to fight the heavyweight champion of the world is no preparation for that. And then he got dropped by a guy called Harold Shoulders. Yeah, and got dropped in the second round against a guy who really, if you're thinking about fighting the heavyweight champion of the world, when the heavyweight champion of the world hits you that hard, you're staying down. And if you get dropped by those guys, there's always that question mark, well, if you get dropped there, then up the line, you may be able to give a great punch, but somebody's going to hit you back on that chin.
True story. And then and we in a division where it only take one shot. As far as Deontay being able to take a shot, I mean, time will tell that. The test of time will tell that, because somebody's going to hit him on that chin. And I believe he's going to react good from it. A lot of people don't believe he's going to react good from it. But I mean, that type of thing, you only can wait and see. But one thing for sure, and two things for certain, somebody's going to test that chin. Somebody's going to test that chin. That's for sure. And you're going to get hit, especially in the heavyweight division. David Price got hit, and he went down and didn't get up. I mean, when he got up, he was on Queer Street.
I made the point, and I made the point, and that's why I asked his trainer. I asked his trainer the question about whether Price could take a shot. And I trusted that advice, and that's the reason why I thought he'd beat Tony Thompson. I said, well, if he takes a good shot and he can punch as hard as he does, he stands a good chance against Thompson. But then we saw what happened.
Right. And before the fight, I told people, I said, if Tony comes just going through the motions and I take this kid serious, I believe David Price can win. But I said, but if Tony come, if the Tigers show up, then he's going to ice David Price. And the Tigers showed up, I guess, and he iced David Price. But we're in the heavyweight division. Shit like that happen. I believe David Price can come back stronger. I didn't see the same thing happen to Autley Harrison, and he come back. Redemption is all a part of life. It's all a part of boxing. You can't let people write you off. We living in a time that if you lose a fight, people ready to crucify you. We living in a time that if you lose a fight, people say you should retire. I come from the school with a cloth that say fuck all that. You know what I mean? No matter how things go in the ring, like I mean, you get prayers, you work hard, and however the outcome, that's all up to God. But to write people off because they lost a fight, I mean, people say David Price should retire because Tony Thompson knocked him out. Tony Thompson is a world-class fighter, and he is southpaw, and he can punch. Like somebody got to lose. You know what I mean? There's too many of that. There's too much of that type of baby shit going around, man. So I think Deontay Day is coming. He's going to get hit on the chin, and I believe he's going to react good from it. I could be wrong, I could be right, but that's just my belief. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you one thing: that whoever he hit, they're gonna definitely feel him.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely true. So I said Fury's coming to America soon. How do you think he's gonna be received in America?
Oh, they're gonna hate Fury, but he loves it. Tyson thrives off that type of shit. If you ask him how would he want this shit written, he would tell you, mate, I hope when I walk to the ring, everybody's booing. I'm gonna stick my finger up and say fuck everybody. I'm gonna go and stop Steve Cunningham, and after that, I'm gonna go to Tony Thompson and stop Tony Thompson. And I would love to fight Tony Thompson in Washington D.C. And I hope everybody's booing me. Like he gets off on that type of shit. So, like you know what I mean? Like I said, that's gonna be a great fight, man. And Tyson gonna make sure it's entertaining. It's gonna be a good fight.
Absolutely, it's gonna be a great fight. Can you see the fight was being compared to Jerry Cooney and Michael Spinks? What do you think of that comparison?
I understand what they're saying as far as height about that comparison, but as far as skill for skill, Tyson Fury is a way better fighter and boxer and everything than Jerry Cooney was, and I believe that Cunningham is better than Michael Spinks was, and that's saying a lot because Michael Spinks is a legend, but I'm big on Cunningham as well, and I believe styles make fights, and I believe them two styles is held up on a pedestal on their own. I don't believe Jerry Cooney was better than Tyson Fury. I don't believe Spinks was better than Steve Cunningham. I believe the styles make fights, and them guys got two styles that's going to complement each other, and it's going to give us all a great fight and a full night of entertainment, man, and I can't wait.
Malik Scott, thank you so much for talking to Baylor at T once again.
Anytime, bro. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. I just left East Coast. I was over in Philadelphia where my son spent some time, but anytime you need me, babe, I'm here. I'm going to holler at my little bro, Joe, the future Hanks. He'll give you a call. I make sure you get an interview, and we're going to keep this thing going, man.
And remember, Joe Goosen would be great to get. The man who's managing Joe Goosen, is Joe Goosen looking after you?
No, Joe Goosen. Dan Goosen is my promoter.
Right.
Joe Goosen is my brother. Jesse Reed is my trainer. Marcus Coates is my manager. Malik Scott everything. Man.
I would love to talk to your team, Malik. The people behind Malik Scott.
Say no more. I have my manager give you a call. Jesse Reed would love to talk to you.
Yes.
I have to talk to you. Like, we can get this thing done. Today I was going to surprise you, but you didn't pick up my Skype because the weather was bad over there. I actually Skyped you when I was up at my promoter's Dan office. I was going to have like you talk to me and Dan at the same time because I had to go tickets for tomorrow, but you didn't pick up your Skype.
Oh man, I had bad connections, but that'd be great. That'd be great.
I set it all up for you, Baylor. That's nothing. That's easy work, man. But I'll make sure Joe get your interview immediately. I hit him up when I get off the phone with you.
Because for me, I don't want to do interviews with people when they make it. I want to know about things beforehand, the real story.
Right.
You know how it goes. The real story.
I got you, baby. Don't worry.
All
It's
right.
nothing.
Malik Scott, again, thank you for talking to Bayloric TV.
Hey, yo, do me a favor, man. Tell
Yep.
Andre from Twitter that I love him. I appreciate all the love, but never again go against me. I'm the best skilled heavyweight on the planet.
I'll tell him that. I will tell him that.
Master boxer.
Champ,
All right?
thank you so much.
All right, baby.
Take care.